He's got this.
Oh, baby. Just when you thought it was safe to get back into crypto, it's time for Blockchain Basement. That's it.
Sick.
Bum, 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 bum. You ready for this? I'm ready. Welcome.
If you're going to screw me, at least pull my hair.
Hell yeah. What you got?
They could start chopping off fingers. They're like, give me your seed phrase, but I don't know it.
Out to give the numbers out. And I was like, no, hang up the phone right now.
Or like when it dropped in 2020, was it like exciting?
400,000 to 600,000. The generational signals are now
level. So I don't even know if we're going to get back below there. But if we do, that's kind of where we...
Oh, baby. Now they're going to eat in front of me. You guys, welcome to Blockchain Basement. I am on hour 44 of 48-hour fast. I don't even know how I'm alive right now.
Yep.
I was just taking a nap. I literally just woke up off the concrete floor over there. Welcome in. We've got the Druth. We've got the Biscuit Jesus. We've got Vivian. We've got yourself. We've got everyone in the chat. We've got Manawalk, Thumbnail Investor, Chad Stanford, Shane Hansen, Chili Rainbow, Uncle Tinfoil, BG, Daniel Nasam, the Deadwood, Fuelman 911, Destroyer 1911, Cali Crypto Dude, Mike Vollmer, TJ's Chicken Salad. Oh, don't even remind me of food right now. Bradley Boyko, and I think that's it for right now. Scotty Swing. It's going to be a great show today. Actually, today's show is going to be pretty mid. If you can go ahead and help the show out by hitting that like button.
Oh, hit it.
Number one, to make sure that it happens, to make sure we get the word out, and to prove that you're not a Fed, hit that like button to show that you're pro crypto. The markets be pumping. Markets be pumping. Lunar Crush shows all the cryptos, and it shows that we are over 27,000. Bitcoin is pumping like crazy. It's going nuts like a white chick at Coachella.
Oh my God.
Ethereum is back over $1,700. Tether's still at $1. Look at that. USDC's back still at $1. Some positive movement for BNB today. We'll get into that a little bit later. Dogecoin is at 6 cents. My God. Solana's at $16. Let's see. AVAX is still under $15. Guys,
that's $11. That's far under $15.
That's way under $15.
Yeah.
15 was its support, and it has, I think, found support around $11. But man, that is a good buy. $11 AVAX. Holy crap! What else do we got here? That's looking juicy.
Monero actually moved. Look at Monero with the 3. Let's just take a moment. You know, it rarely has days like this.
Yes,
3%.
A 3% move up for Monero. Shout out to everyone CPU mining like a crazy person right now. Let's see. Hedera, hate it. Aptos, not bad. Arbitrum, meh.
Flat dollar.
I don't know. Is Arbitrum a buy at $1? What do you think?
I gotta go into the next bull with Arbitrum. Is it time to do it though? You know, like I've been saying, we got to breach around like 31, maybe even 35 before I start moving really heavy into altcoins.
Did you say reach around?
Yes.
Okay.
We have to reach a valuation around 3.
Oh, okay. There it is.
That's what I meant. I don't, you know, but I mean, like I was looking at Cardano still at 26 cents. I don't want to go into the next bull run without a good bag of Arbitrum.
Yep.
Cardano. Don't have them right now. I've been mostly insulated after I sold the last pump on altcoins. So, but I don't regret it because I still got my guns and stuff. So,
there you go.
You know.
Andrew Gates. I don't even know who the hell that is. BJ, how are you feeling today?
How am I feeling today?
Yeah. Hey, dude.
Ready for Crypto Stevo to show up because we're going to have a little debate about top 10 Ethereum dApps versus Cardano dApps. And
nerds are beefing.
The ecosystem pretty much looks the same. So if you claim it's not on Cardano, and then I also can pull up Cardano Cube to show you all the tasty snackies in DeFi.
BJ is feeling very feisty today. Crypto Stevo, if you're not in the chat, you're done for. Jason Mack, what up, bro? Vivian, how is Vivian feeling on this Tuesday? June 20th?
Tuesday?
Today's Tuesday.
That word.
Vivian's feeling terrific.
You're feeling terrific.
Tuesday. Yeah.
Oh, it's terrific Tuesday. Okay, and anything in particular, or just like positive vibes?
Positive vibes.
Okay, cool.
Aura. Yeah.
Aura?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. I'm here for that. Let's, speaking of good aura, look at, it's another green day in mining land. Kyla Coin up 35%, Ryo currency up 17%, Caspa up 13%. Alephium up 4 and almost 0.5%. And we got reward gainers. So this means that their difficulty is going down. So your rewards are going up. Flux is up by 20%. Varus coin, which I just started mining. More on that, I think, at the end of this week. I'm going to get into Varus coin. Interesting project, how it's had a bit of a turnaround. Neoxa going up 7.61%. All great coins over here to mine, except for Bitcoin Gold. I don't know what the hell that is. ETH Fair, look, man, its hash rate is still up there. Could it pump? I don't know. Is it the true Ethereum? I think it is.
The true Ethereum?
Because it's still proof of work and he's a proof of work maxi.
Yeah.
It really wasn't that hard to put together. It was like,
Damn it, Drew.
I wanted him to explain it, though.
Yeah, I just did.
Well,
I know. Ethereum Classic, done. Nick, is Nick sober? Unfortunately, I am. Dude,
I would doubt that.
Like I said, I'm at hour 44 of a 48-hour fast.
I know, it's pretty hard to be sober in this very degenerate universe we live in.
Yes. Yes. It is. All my levels are low. Like my intoxication, rock bottom. My energy, rock bottom. My blood sugar, rock bottom. My testosterone, apathy, sky high. But you know what? It's all for the good. Moderating your fasting like once a month or something like that is very good for your body. I did mess up. I did do a very intense workout on Sunday before I started the fast. And now my body's like, hey, bro, we're supposed to be building this muscle back. And I'm like, I ain't got nothing for you.
You should do, I always forget whether it's Fecitin or
yes.
For the senolytic.
It
clears out senescent cells. I recommend doing it maybe once every 6 months.
So I did that and then luteolin.
So lutein's a lot more for like cognition and like brain barrier stuff.
Yeah. So on your recommendation,
TLDR.
per my COVID brain fog,
Yeah,
I did a course of those two. Yeah. I saw really good results, and it's been 6 months since I've done a course, and I'm just going to start that up again.
Yeah, I need to do it because I think I was doing on the Fecitin. I think it was 500 milligrams for like 5 days, and then that's it. So,
okay.
Gotta get rid of those senescent cells.
You got to do it. And
old boy cells that don't feel like dying and going away. And bad bears teach other bad bears how to behave. So gotta clean them out.
Never heard that alliteration before. But 48-hour fasting does also help with that considerably. It also raises your testosterone. It also completely resets your insulin. So it's all good all the way around, of course, in moderation. I'm not a doctor, but that was financial advice. I do need advice from the chat, though.
Will Yum Yum immediately went to David Sinclair.
Yeah.
Guy seems cool. The question is NMN or NR the better choice?
Yep. We'll see. You can just take everything. See what happens.
Yep.
Okay, so here's the situation. Like, this is not crypto related, but this is on a more personal note. In my neighborhood, I love my neighborhood, but some folks moved in. No. It's base today. Stop. No. We're not doing the other thing. That's for in my neighborhood. I love my neighborhood. Walk my dog, but there's some new people moved in. Nick is Danny McBride 100%. Look. Put that guy in timeout.
Who?
Ladacia. Put that person in timeout.
Oh my God.
Welcome to the dictatorship.
Are you sure it's not Ladasha? I'm kidding. That's a whole other story.
That's a whole nother story.
I drove
Put that person in timeout right now.
No, they're fine. I drove somebody home.
I am the dictator, and I've spoken.
Name was L.A. with a hyphen and an A, and I was like, La, and they're like, it's Ladasha. And I was like,
okay.
Ladacia.
I kind of like that. You get it. Okay,
Chemistry row, 48-hour water only fast. Okay, I'm in my neighborhood. New neighbors moved in. They have 2 little dogs. They're about 50. Yeah, about to. They're about 15 pounds each. They're like straight up very aggressive.
Oh,
they're not on leashes. There's no fence. They're just kind of roaming the general 200-yard radius of the house. So like, I'm walking with my son. He's on his little bike. They're coming up to him. They're getting all nasty and stuff. Yesterday, they took a bite at my dog.
No.
And they took a bite at me. So now I'm at a point to where do I do the standard neighbor white person thing and call animal control on them? Do I B, buy a can of pepper spray and light those MFs up? Or C, do I start sneaking out in the middle of the night and urinating and defecating in their yard as a sign of dominance?
C.
In the chat, what do I do? A, B, or C? A is animal control. B, pepper spray. C, dominance. Let me know.
You can never go wrong with C.
As somebody who had a disabled hand for 2.5 years because of a bad dog owner, animal control did nothing.
Yeah,
oh my God.
they don't do anything.
I gotta make amends with my neighbor, my dog.
What'd you do?
My dog went.
This is a confession time.
My dog is a pretty big dog. It's a cane Corso.
It's a cane Corso. You said you wanted to get rid of your dog.
No, I mean that was the first
Drew?
day. The first day when he shit all over my house. Yes, I came to work. I was like, you know what? But since then, it's been great, and I have a few acres. The dog just don't do that to me. I have a lip dinner in. The dog chooses to go all the way out to my neighbor's house, and the neighbor's great. Like he's been great all this whole time. And the dog was just kind of terrorizing him. So he was telling me that he was going to call the police on my dog. And I went over there and I was just like explaining, okay, if I have to gate this all off, then you won't be able to use this portion of my land to turn your gigantic trailer around. You understand that? And he gets all mad at me and starts yelling at me. And I just, I was pretty pissed at the moment. I had a lot of pre-workout in my blood. Yes.
It's always the pre-workout.
Yes. So we got in an argument. But now I'm going to make amends because, it's too much energy to be mad at people. So I'm building up a nice package of eggs. I'm going to give him eggs because he's always asking for eggs. He doesn't watch the show. Okay. He doesn't care. I mean, he's like 60, 70 years old. All he cares about is his drag racing car. But the funny thing about it is
sounds awesome.
Yeah, he is pretty great. You
sound like the problem.
I am the problem. I know that. Like my dog is a total jerk. So I got him on an electric, collar thing to keep him on there, my acreage, and then my chickens are eating his front yard. So it's just a whole
They're
debacle.
eating his front yard?
They sneak onto his front yard and they peck at his garden and shit.
Oh.
People are picky about, grass.
Well, I understand it. Yeah. I would be pissed too. Yeah. So I'm going to make amends.
That's good.
I don't want to be sitting there, with my neighbor being angry. And then it was funny. The guy next to him was blasting heavy metal and running a generator from 1960 all night next to his house. So now I'm not the bad guy anymore. We'll see.
Well, love thy neighbor.
Yeah, I'm trying to love thy neighbor
as thyself. And look, I would never let my dog run around and nip at people. So I think I'm actually going to go with the pepper spray and light them up.
Yes.
And then if that continues to be a problem,
the classic lacrimator route.
Yeah. So that's what I got to do. Speaking of just keeping track of your health and the health of your family, it looks like Russia is withdrawing from the World Health Organization and the World Trade Organization. Russian Duma's what's the Duma is like their
isn't that a song that
Senate?
Duma, yeah. Oh, that's Numa. Never mind.
The Duma's deputy speaker Peter Tolstoy says we have to work to revise our international obligations and treaties that bring no benefit but instead directly harm our country. Shots fired. Guys, what's wrong with the WHO?
Wait, do you remember when we voted for them and how their board's set up? And
no, we never got a chance to vote for any of that
but
stuff.
So that means they don't have any influence on our healthcare system, right?
They had all the influence on our healthcare.
But we don't vote for them. So they're not elected. We didn't vote for them, and they influence our healthcare system
and our jobs.
Kind of stupid.
And our income.
Yeah. Yep. It's funny. I was actually on a Twitter Spaces this morning because that's what I do. And they were talking about the pharmaceutical prices in the United States. Now, this is ridiculous. There's a whole bunch of other countries that negotiate prices for pharmaceutical prices with the pharmaceutical companies. So they're like the NHS version of Medicare will go and say, hey, we're going to negotiate with you on all these medical prices. But our insurance companies don't do that. Our insurance companies just sit there and say, hey, Big Pharma, how much does this cancer drug charge? And Big Pharma says, $1 million. And the insurance company's like, sure. All right, fine.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good. Mm-hmm. And but this one guy gave me more context. He was giving everyone more context. He said, the reason Americans pay so much that they do for drugs is because drugs cost a lot of money. And so every other government on the entire planet has positioned themselves to be able to negotiate. But now America cannot. And so what do Americans have to do? They are subsidizing literally the entire world's pharma access. So the reason, because you can be in America and you can get the cancer drugs and it's $60,000 a month. Everywhere else in the world, it's $500 a month. You know why? It's because we pay $60,000 a month. It is subsidized by you and me and every other person here using the healthcare system, because there's so much regulatory capture now. It's the government and the corporations working in unison to make sure that they cover themselves. It's screwed up. So look, what does this have to do with Russia? What does this have to do with WHO? Look, these are global games looking at global money, and Russia is continuing to pull up any sort of what am I trying to say? This is the fast talking right now.
Yeah.
Russia is trying to pull away any type of weakness that they may have from the West. Part of this is the WHO and WTO. They view them as threats. And so, look, they're corrupt organizations through and through. I'm not saying I feel bad for the WHO and WTO. WHO, if you go on Facebook, they have like a little bot for the World Health Organization. And they have a bot, and you can ask it questions and it'll reply on Facebook Messenger. And if you say, what are the COVID stats for Israel? Or what are the AIDS statistics for Uganda? If you say anything asking about the country of Taiwan, it will give you an error message. If you ask it a question saying anything about the country of Hong Kong, it will give you an error message. Because the Chinese own the World Health Organization top down.
I don't know if you can put those two very obvious things and deduce that.
Potential.
Wait, you mean I can't use reasoning and logic? Damn it. Well, guys, that's been the show. This is Greg Blockchain Basement. Yeah. Thanks to you guys. See you at the top.
Yeah, not being subtle about where your funding's coming from, which is absurd.
Yeah, they literally cannot say the words Hong Kong and Taiwan at the WHO. And the WTO, for all their foibles, they still recognize Hong Kong. I don't think they do Taiwan, even though like all the silicon in the world comes from Taiwan. I'm going on a rabbit trail.
Well, the World Health Organization is trying to connect itself to world trade by, haven't you seen all the implementations of these vaccine tracking systems?
Like that's one of the things I'm most thankful for not being in academia and not being a doctor like I planned on. Like I was a pre-med biochemist and then life happened, is the foundation of the scientific world and research should not be held up by a pillar known as capitalism. And like this is further proving that. Like we're talking about specific things like when you do studies and they'll go to like preprint and then they just stop. And yeah, sometimes those are fallible studies, but like sometimes somebody was like, hey, do you want to continue getting funding the rest of the year for these other 10 projects you want to do? Oh, you do? That one has to stop then.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize
because it makes us look bad. Yeah.
Unless you have independent money to back all this stuff up, it's like you're researching what they want you to research. And anybody who wants to go against that, like, I'm sorry, you don't understand how this works. It's a very broken, disgusting system.
Is there hope for decentralized science?
I hope so. And then hopefully one of the founders of lifespan.io, God, I'm sorry, Keith, I'm going to butcher your last name, Komito. We're going to start doing a lot more content. He's been pretty heavily involved in a lot of, not GitHub. It's one of the other foundations that's out there, but it's just like where a lot of this technology is going. We are entering the transhumanistic era where we can basically create personalized medicine through pharmacogenetics and anything else, instead of being like, oh, here, take this one pill that works maybe for some people, depending on your metabolic rates, what kind of genome expression you have. It may or may not work for you. So to be able to make something specific for Drew versus Vivian versus the Nectator up there would be phenomenal. And a lot of these guide RNAs and other things for a lot of these processes aren't that expensive, but they're going to get locked down because of capitalism. And hopefully that's the advantage of using something like DeSci, where it's like you can keep a lot of this open source, and like it's not that expensive to buy an incubator. It's not that expensive to do enucleating cells and moving things around and using like CRISPR guide RNAs. Like CRISPR is CRISPR Cas9 through like I think 17 now. Like there's so much tech out there.
That high up there?
Wow. It's gotten pretty high, and certain ones have better targeting sites. It's like within the past 10 years, we used to have what are known as zinc ladyfingers and talons. Were extremely expensive, and they weren't modular at all, versus like now we have modular systems where you can go to Thermo Fisher and buy a lot of these guide RNAs and start doing this stuff at home. I'm not saying you necessarily should. You should have a little bit more research, but it's the fact that it's like these are things we can be doing. So to lock it down and put it in the hands of like WHO or a bunch of other giant organizations that are like, this is what this costs and this is how it's going to be done, versus like, I can biohack. Like that is a thing.
Yeah.
So sorry for that rant.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Chemistry bro, I guess, wants some points. He's like, yeah, it doesn't mean that all the information is wrong. Like, for example, list of things that are carcinogenic. I mean, yeah, not everyone's information is wrong, but they will not come to grips with the fact that they are owned and they are pushing an agenda, just like they did with COVID. Okay, like they weren't pushing science; they were pushing control. That's what the WHO did. They are suspect. Okay, they have been compromised. Full stop. By an authoritarian government, the Chinese. So, speaking of authoritarian governments, the United States Department of Energy and several other federal agencies were hit in a global hacking campaign that was exploited vulnerability in widely used file transfer software, officials said on Thursday. This is from last week.
Yeah.
The reason this is important, folks, and I was talking about that in a Twitter space, is you must decentralize yourself. Okay, you need to adopt the mindset of A, expect self-rescue, and D, decentralize yourself. You need to look at how can I communicate with my family if T-Mobile and Verizon and AT&T all went down yesterday. How would you communicate with your family?
Mm-hmm.
How would you do that?
Yep.
Internet would be overloaded. The pieces of it that would work. Cell phones wouldn't work. There are very little copper landlines now because most are voice over IP. How would you communicate with your family? At least think through these things, because just like we saw in the Colonial Pipeline hack, and they're continuing to hack. These are the Russians. This is China. They're probing. They're all searching for weaknesses. For years. They've been inside for years. Okay. They're looking for this.
Mm-hmm.
Are you decentralizing yourself? Have you thought through these things of how you can last another 2 or 3 months without a gigantic service that you're a very important service that you're used to getting from the government or from a big corporation? Like, people get their drugs off of Amazon. Well, if you take some prescriptions or you take, whatever, like antacid medication, where are you going to get that? If you're ordering it from Amazon all the time, like, do you have a place locally that where you can get your stuff? Like,
or do you know how to make your own at-home protonic?
Exactly. Like, you need to be thinking about decentralizing yourself. That is power right now. You can't just be one of these normies that will like die as soon as Grubhub goes offline. Okay.
Now this is funny. Bungalow Bill, ham radio, Starlink, and solar power. We were just saying like radical self-reliance, no Starlink. I wonder how easy it would be, because I was thinking, walkie-talkies for sure, but there's certain bands that they go in and out of. But I'm pretty sure a while ago I saw between some of the products you can buy from Adafruit of basically building your own Raspberry Pi based communication channels and whatnot.
I wouldn't suggest building your plan around any sort of electronic system. All man-made materials would degrade in the situation of a full-on hack, and you need to basically have a location where you meet at in a certain given amount of time. You probably have 6 hours. If the grid were to get hit in an EMP/mass hack attempt or actual usage of it, you'd have about 6 hours to get out of the city centers comfortably. So basically just, plan on not being able to talk.
If you're in a city center, honestly, Drew, at this point, like if I'm someone and I'm living on 10th Street in downtown Atlanta and the power grid gets hacked and it's going to be down for a while, I don't think I'm going to even leave.
You're probably going to be fine there specifically, because that's next to Mayweather South. 56 Marietta Street, which is on 3 different massive grids.
Through massive what?
3 massive grids. So 56 Marietta is basically a giant server farm that's on Grady's power system and 2 other ones.
Okay, we'll assume that goes down.
Yeah, I mean, that's the least likely area, but yeah.
Okay, so they're, like I said, they're probing. They're looking for a way in.
If you're in Atlanta, you're done for. I'm just going to say it, like, you're done. Like, I'm sorry, you're not going to make it outside of the city center.
If you think Lenox Mall is bad these days, it's going to get really bad really quick. But now on to some good news. U.S. housing starts a surge as builders rev up single-family home construction in May. Notice they didn't say affordable home construction.
Yeah.
While a housing shortage drags on.
Isn't it?
What?
It's implied, isn't it?
Yeah, first of all, there's plenty of singles in the U.S. There ain't that many families these days.
Yeah.
And it sure as shoot is not affordable. So I don't know what the hell kind of houses they're building, but it ain't single-family homes. Because single family used to mean affordable. Did Johnny highlight anything? No. Construction on new homes, it's been trending down since April 2022. Trending down. I think this is going to be a blip, I think. I think this is just a backlog of permits and a backlog of materials.
There's definitely that. And they were waiting on material costs to go down.
Waiting on material costs to go down. So I think this is going to be a blip. But normally, why does this matter? what you're in crypto right now. You're Vivian, you're Gen Z, you just graduated college. Why does this matter right now? Here's why this matters. New home construction is a strong indicator for the health of the economy and if we're going to go into a recession or not.
Mm-hmm.
So if people stop building houses and developers stop spending money, that trickles down to Home Depot has bad losses. Home Depot has to lay off a bunch of people because the contractor, right? So it's that cascading effect down into the economy that you get because new home construction uses a ton of materials in the economy and creates a lot of jobs and moves a lot of money around. So this is a very strong indicator for the health of the economy. What we're in right now, because inflation is it's stabilized, but it's still going up. Food inflation is going up. Like if you look at the charts, it's still food is inflating 12% year over year. It's like insane. Things are not working. We're still printing money. And what we're in now is we're in this like slow motion depression. I don't even think it's going to be a recession that we're in. I think we're in a slow motion depression. Because things are fine. We're like, oh no, falling backwards out of the window. And we don't know what's happening right now. But the thing that's going to pull the housing market isn't going to be the thing that pulls the economy down like it did in 2008. It's going to be something else. I think it's going to be commercial real estate and a combination of commercial real estate and another political action similar to Russia, Ukraine. Mm-hmm. That's going to pull the economy down. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, I think that exactly what you said is accurate. I'm kind of curious if these are single family homes or if we're talking single family locations within multifamily complexes. Because there's
no multifamilies.
No multifamily.
Only
it's all
single family homes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
Doesn't say where they're being built though.
Well. And that, I mean,
hang on, correction. The surge in construction this spring was led by the Midwest.
By the Midwest?
Yes.
So it's probably to accommodate a lot of people leaving those city centers.
Yeah.
And, they didn't realize they don't have to work right next to their downtown office. They can call in for a lot of things, at least the upper echelon can. And I've been saying this for a long time that the rural or, not major city centers are going to have a good increase in value and production while you're going to see commercial real estate and these large complexes basically rot and decay in larger cities because people don't need to be involved with the civil unrest that's happening currently, even though no one wants to admit it. There is civil unrest in downtown city centers. So people with money are leaving and, they're just going to do their own thing and they'll buy it up. But there's also middle class people. My brother just bought a house and overextended himself pretty hard. But, he's going to hold on to it. Hopefully the valuation doesn't crater on him. I don't think it will. But, I mean, it means health for me as far as, now the lumber industry has a lot of potential to move itself back into high production. And, I think that here in America, we're going to see, instead of commercial real estate, we're going to see manufacturing locations explode. And that's how we're going to backstop it. So,
oh yeah, because it's the de-Chinification, de-globalization of the manufacturing systems. All that was brought on by COVID. That is one of the big byproducts that folks they're not accounting for in their math of the new economy.
Did we just 28?
Do we just what?
Hit 28K? Let's see.
Also,
28K?
while we're quickly checking that,
no.
At what point
not.
do we have a massive precipice that we're talking about in 2025 with the debt ceiling just being paused? Because it's like, as we ramp up and do everything, don't we eventually kind of hit that wall where it's like we're not really sure what happens then?
That depends on how badly the other world economies are doing. All the other economies that we've impoverished through our lending, they are paying us back. But if their economies do a Sri Lanka, which is where they go to zero, then we're going to be in a really bad spot.
Yeah.
So they were able to stop the bleeding with Sri Lanka. They were able to stop the bleeding with, I think, Nigeria. One other basic economy basically went to zero. If that starts to continue in 2025, we're going to be in a world, and we're going to see like negative interest rates again because that's what our high interest rates are doing. So Vivian, just so you understand what's going on here, there's a central authority called the Federal Reserve, and just for our viewers at home, Federal Reserve, they set the interest rate. So what you pay for your credit card, what you pay for your house, what you pay for your car, all that is set by the government. They won't say
Does
it's the
anybody
government.
check and balance them?
Huh?
Does anybody check and balance them?
Yeah, you know who tried to do that last time? JFK, and they shot him in the fucking head.
Yeah.
So
it takes a lot of us.
Yeah. So anyways, so there's these central authorities that control the rate of money and the interest rates. But right now they're raising the interest rates. So like your mortgage, everyone's mortgage is who's trying to get one now is incredibly expensive compared to 3 years ago. But the byproduct is everyone who's been borrowing money from the United States, like third world countries, all their interest rates are variable. And every time we raise them, we put them more and more into debt.
Oh.
So like the third world, sub-Saharan Africa, all these other countries in like the Balkans and like Eastern Europe / like Western Asia, all
You
that
mean
is
Northern NATO.
Northern NATO. Yeah, all those countries are being impoverished more and more and more every time we raise the interest rates because 1% on $1 billion is a lot of money.
What happens when it goes down?
Then it's good for them.
Okay.
It's good for them. Well, it's
good for both.
It's good for because I win all the time because everyone like trades in the dollar, we win either way.
Got you.
And that's part of like the Ponzi's. That's the scam that we're running in the United States right now. So, Danny Carney, I love with Nick Host. Tell it like it is. Ha. Look, you're a man of few words and even worse punctuation, and I love it.
Few words and a lot of punctuation.
Love you, Dan.
We are pumping. We're at $27,557.
It hit 28.
It did not hit 28.
Yes, it did on Femex. It did.
Okay, on your one scam site, it hit 28,000.
Well, your new scam site. Refresh this.
Nice
Get
Tom
wrecked.
Crown.
This is Lunar Crush. It's up to date by the minute.
25.
Dude, we need a 15-second candle. Come on.
This is not.
Need a 15-second
Why
candle?
am I so bearish on Lunar Crush? Like
I don't
every
know.
time
What's
I
your
go
problem,
here,
bro?
I just.
Because you're a nasty boy sometimes.
That's true.
He's a nasty boy. What am I looking at? What am I looking at?
This doesn't look like the charts. What are you doing?
Well, am I really going to pull up TradingView live on the show?
Yes.
Ew.
Gosh.
No, it's ooh woo.
We need actual data here.
All right, enough with the
Bitcoin to US
waifus.
dollar. Good old missionary style trading.
27,808.
That's where. No, is that where the top is?
I remember my first time reading a chart too.
You?
1 hour chart.
Okay, it's calling it that. Well, you can arbitrage on VMAX. Look at that.
Yep.
Oh, look at that. It did go up to 20.
Nope, it did not.
Damn it.
Get out of here. Oh boy. Okay, guys, this show's off the rails. Should we just end the show? +1 in the
Absolutely
chat
not.
if we should end the show. +2 if we should continue with some more crypto alpha. Venture capital funds forced to slash targets amidst market turmoil. Again, depression in slow motion. Oh, the housing's going crazy in the Midwest. And then, oh my God, Tiger Global. These guys are S tier hedge fund and VCs. These guys don't go fuck around. These guys have hell money. They've got hell knowledge. They got hell's people. They basically invented the Lands End vesty thing that they give to everybody. Okay, Tiger Global S tier. They were like, hey, do you want to buy some of our stuff? It's worth like, I don't know, $5.5 billion. And the market was like, nah, just go, get fucked, $2.7 billion. So that's a huge disparity into what they thought it was worth. And the market was like, actually, no, it's worth like half that. So Silicon Valley money, RIP Chamath Palihapitiya, RIP Jason Calacanis. All you guys, all you VCs, I got a +3 in the chat. Should I do the show naked? I don't know. What does that mean?
Wait, we have pants on?
Little D.
Moving on. Anyways, look, the VCs are scrambling. The easy money. I heard this saying. The era of easy money is over. All you had to do if you were WeWork, if you were Uber, if you were GoPuff,
WeWork was such a scam.
if you were Sam Bankman-Fried, all you had to do was like show that you had growth potential. And then you got money, and then you got a new evaluation. And then they were like, wow, he's got so much growth potential. Cool. No one ever stopped to think
I
like
tried to tell my
WeWork.
girlfriends that, and they never believe me.
Yeah, I know.
Dead.
I know.
That
Yeah.
was a phallic joke.
Anyways, so look, the era of you having a cool pitch deck and like wearing cool clothing and being the cool dude is over. You're not going to get money anymore. You have to like show, I don't know, a profit, a working product. Do you have to be a business that solves a problem? Like old school business stuff, it was harder to make money that way. I'm sorry. But yeah, the WeWorks and the Ubers and the GoPuffs and the FTXs, all that's over with now. So again, this is this weird thing we're in now to where we've printed so much money. We don't know what to do with it. We don't know where it's going to go. people still need houses, but then Silicon Valley is running out of money. So interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Is this is the show still interesting?
They many plus twos.
Okay,
many plus twos. You're doing great.
Oh my gosh.
You're just probably
I
hallucinating.
need a water. I think I'm borderline hallucinating.
Yeah.
I'm seeing sounds.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
Synesthesia?
Yeah.
That stuff's great.
And of all the, I can't even get into that right now. Okay. Breaking new research finds Bitcoin mining is the most sustainable sector of the economy. Percentage of sustainable energy with a little leaf there. That means it's green.
Very green.
Bitcoin, 52% of the mining is green. Banking, 39% of the shitty loans and scams are all done by green energy. Industry, as our guy Trump used to say, industry. 32% of that comes from green energy. I like how they've stopped saying renewable energy because it's such a bunch of bullshit. There's no such thing as renewable energy.
Yeah.
Once energy is spent, it cannot be renewed. That's like basic thermodynamics, guys.
Well, no, it just
changes
state.
states. I know.
Yeah.
But you're not going to get it. You can't go backwards, right?
Debatably.
Oh.
Depends how you define time.
Okay. Well, agriculture, where we get our food, 19% of that is sustainable. Although Drews are 100% sustainable. Those eggs are 100%
That's right.
green energy.
Age-free.
Gold. Someone tell Peter Schiff only 12.8% of gold mining is green energy.
Huh.
What does that mean?
Oh.
Iron and
Typically,
steel.
when green is gold is green, it's fake.
Yeah.
You see Schiff moved into ordinals of all things. Like
Oh my God.
That's very bearish. Very, very bearish. Okay. So how dare you, Elizabeth Warren, how dare you show these stats? So anytime someone says, oh, Bitcoin, isn't that really bad for the environment? Just say, look, first of all, they're a normie and they don't know what they're talking about. So don't be like a maxi and come down and be like, well, idiot, what you should know is, no, look.
How much do you think she spends on collagen? Because like her lips,
I know.
Her marionette
Guys,
lines
take it
are
easy.
very different.
Guys,
Look at that.
look,
I'm
Elizabeth
just
Warren.
saying.
Elizabeth Warren is a public servant, minority, Native American. We all know this. She's not worth very much money.
It looks great
okay?
from all the adrenochrome,
Yeah.
though. Look.
Oh my
She's
God.
totally, yeah. Anyways, let's move on.
Okay.
There's better methods. Even
Let's
if
move
that
on.
was a thing.
The lesson here, folks, is make sure that you're kind and gracious with people when talking to them about Bitcoin. They're getting deprogrammed, and being deprogrammed is hard work.
Mhm.
Let's look at the chat. Are there any good questions in chat? LOL, Nick is funny. Stop simping for me. SAS Finance, I love you. Bob from accounting says, change states. What does that mean?
The energy thing we were talking
Changing
about, is your
states, that's
memory
what I said.
that short term?
Yeah. He pulls out the DeLorean. Okay, easy. Paying for energy is a scam. Unless you listen to Tesla and energy is all around us, it's just a method of gathering it. That sounds like some hippie bullshit, bro. Jen Murphy, she's a public something.
Oh, God. I like. You should never eat again.
My native roots connect to where Warren claims. That was always my biggest thing. Here we go. Let's go. Let's get this channel demonetized. That was I always thinking about land recognitions. First of all, that's the if there's ever a way for like white people to assuage guilt and do nothing.
Hold on,
is
pause
to
before you do a rank. Blue punk rocker, just stake your ADA on chain. Don't be part of the problem.
Don't be part of the problem. Okay.
NES pool. Bit
NES pool. It's pretty good.
It's
okay.
great.
I've got 5 ADA
Daedalus.
stake there. Look, when people do land recognition, they're like, look, these native we recognize that this land was formerly the land of the whatever tribe. It's just so white people can say it and they don't have to do anything. P.S. If you go to like the Midwest and you say, oh, we're going to do a land recognition. This land was originally inhabited by the Kiowa, and we're just so sorry that we took it from them. The Comanche will say, actually, guess what? We took it from the Kiowa. And the Kiowa are actually going to say, well, actually, we took it from the Sioux. And then the Sioux are going to say, look, we just showed up. Does
And
that
then
mean
Phil
like we
Collins
own
pops
it?
in with Sue Studio.
Yeah, everyone
No, that got
everyone
weird.
forgets that there was like 5,000 years of war and oppression in America before colonial people showed up. So P.S.
And before that,
sorry that happened. We just did it with muskets. They did it with hatchets. So does it make it worse? I don't know. Rant over. Channel demonetized.
there it is.
Digital asset news. Deutsche Bank applies for crypto custody license. +1 in the chat if you don't care about this. But here's why it could be important. Deutsche Bank, globally systemic, GSIB, globally systemic, important bank, international bank. I don't know.
Yeah.
They have a lot of money. They control a lot of people. They control a lot of politicians. They are getting into crypto
that's how you
custody.
spell douche bank.
I know. Let's just get out of our system.
Yeah,
Looks
there you
like
go.
douche
Sorry.
bank.
Okay.
I know.
I got it.
Guys, we're trying to elevate the content here. Okay,
We
I'm
did.
talking about land acknowledgements, and you're talking about douches. Come on.
I mean, hygiene, or was it cleanliness is next to, never mind.
Douchiness. Anyways, what does this mean? Well, this
Vivian,
means
I'm
that
so sorry.
No,
This
you
is your
good.
first experience with
No,
this.
second.
Look,
This is
Vivian
second.
went to
I love you
KSU.
here.
Vivian went to KSU, okay? She's wilded out for
Oh,
4
that
years straight. She's a journalism degree. You know what that means, okay?
Look,
Hamburger.
not new to this, true to this.
No,
Look, she parties on Saturday and says sorry on Sunday. We know how it be in Georgia. Come on now. I grew up in the South.
You know the
Let's go.
routine.
Yeah. We know the routine. Okay. Nick was probably just super annoying kid in school that was smarter than the teachers. Look, you have hit really close to the bone. I was so annoying in
it's easy
school.
to be smarter than the teacher when you were held back for 10 years.
They took me out and I was homeschooled from basically third grade all the way through high school. I was that annoying. So now you know something about me. Yes, I was super annoying and everything I did when I was a kid was cringe. Okay. Deutsche Bank has 1.4 trillion dollars assets under management. Having this type of backing, this type of exposure by these high net worth individuals, especially if they're going to be like spot custodying things, like that's very, very bullish for all of crypto. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Drew, what do you think about this?
Go, Drew, go.
Well, I mean, at least I'm not so worried about Deutsche Bank going under.
Hang on a
From
second.
Sullivan's.
Astrotone degree. You mean she's a barista? She's a junior writer at Hit Network.
Yeah.
Okay? Get her name out of your mouth.
Wait, where?
Don't you ever.
Oh my gosh, y'all. He's playing.
She's doing deep research on cynical and corrupt politicians and money. This is like her third week on the job, and I've already got her
I'm in the big
on the
boys.
lam. People are making death threats.
Yep.
She's going to be a high-level journalist later on. Okay, look, don't you ever. Vivian's
Matt
junior
S.,
writer.
Miss
Okay?
Viv working on her resignation letter.
working
never,
on it.
Never.
Drew, continue. Sorry
This is
about
just ironic, right? You see Citadel, you got Deutsche Bank, and then just a whole litany of other banks, and then obviously BlackRock with yesterday and Friday's news. It's just, these massive institutions are locking up the control for Bitcoin and Ethereum and okay. And every plebe that's watching the mainstream media is thinking that this thing's just a giant scam. All these massive companies are lining their pockets. And you know who got rich during the gold rush? It wasn't the gold diggers. It was the people selling the shovels. It was the people that had the buckets and they were selling the materials and holding that kind of transit and logistics in their hands. It wasn't the gold diggers that got rich. So these companies are basically just putting themselves in the same position. Makes me feel a little bit more sound about maybe we won't see a continued banking collapse that's systemically, across the board, because we saw Credit Suisse get absorbed by UBS.
Mm-hmm.
Deutsche Bank was the next one watching it that I was watching. And if they're moving and backing themselves into Bitcoin, they're probably going to have a much better time with their ledger over the next 2 or 3 years. That might actually help solve some of their insolvencies of pandering to ESG initiatives that ended up costing them billions, if not trillions of dollars.
ESG's over, according
Speaking
to
of
Larry
battles,
Fink.
chemistry, bro, 100% agree. There will be a battle between decentralized and centralized next cycle.
Yes,
Absolutely.
there will. And that battle will
I'm
take
sorry,
place.
decentralized and centralized institutional.
Yes.
That is relevant.
Yes, that is very relevant, and that means price action. Look at this tweet. Adam Cochran, globally, there's $60 trillion in pension funds and $250 trillion in private retirement savings. Funds put around 3% of that into gold and 20% of that into alternative assets. Crypto has a 1 to 0.12 value to cash ratio currently. Even if it went to 0.5% of the 23% went to crypto, the market would 15x from here.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Put that shit in my hand.
This is why the Deutsche Bank thing is important. This is why the BlackRock thing is important. Fidelity and Charles Schwab, all these institutional monies have been on the sidelines. And yeah, Coinbase has their own institutional desk, and yeah, so does Gemini, and yeah, so does Kraken. It's like nothing compared to the gigantic pile of money that is about to get into crypto. And holy crap, if this, I'm still kind of like parsing what the BlackRock spot ETF would mean for Bitcoin. But I know in the short term, it means violent upward price action. I know that's what that means. Now, there will be violent manipulation on the backhand of that, but there will be violent upward price action on that. So especially if we get one more hot bank failure this year where a bunch of retirees cannot get their money out because their money was deleted, everyone got orange pilled when SVB went under this year because you always had access to your Bitcoin. It's not controlled by a central authority. So when that bank goes bye-bye, and even if they're trying to sort it out over the next couple of months, they don't have access to their cash for a couple of months. You always have access to your Bitcoin. You always have access to your Litecoin, to your Cardano, because it's on chain. This is why we're here, folks. We're here for the gains, but we're here for the revolution. That's why you get in for the gains, you stay for the revolution. Yeah. So welcome to the revolution. Smash that like button. How many likes do we have?
Not enough.
422? Guys, 420.
No, that's
we need a BJ. Can we get like a Rastafarian
button or
sound?
something?
We can push the button.
Like Cool Runnings?
Wow, I have now learned that you do not understand syncopation at all.
I was going between two different songs.
Doesn't matter.
Guys,
the end of one means nothing to you.
My blood sugar is approaching all-time lows, much like Hex.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got him.
Do we have that picture of... wait, remember the feet thing with him and Richard Hart and the massage?
What?
I don't know.
Oh, fuck. I'm so sorry. We weren't supposed to talk about that.
Hey, guys, look.
Awkward.
DeFi Llama calendar.
What?
This has a bunch of stuff that's coming out. So look, you can see when there's token unlocks. You can see when there's a new CPI number about to come out. You can see when the FOMC meeting is about to happen. If you want to trade on these events, oh, look, the Litecoin having. +1 in the chat if you want me to give away my last Litecoin/Dogecoin miner. I gave away one earlier this year and it was good. I'm doing it for engagement. It's a shill. I'm trying to get to 5,000 followers on Twitter so I can be a contributor on Daily Wire. At
least
some
just
point.
shilling something that like has a tangible backing.
Yeah. So if you +1 in the chat, if you want me to give away that Litecoin miner, US only, Bob from Accounting, Wonderland, Time Money, I'm still in it, bro. Your money is gone. But look at DeFiLlama.com/calendar. It has a whole bunch of cool dates coming up. These are usually very volatile times. So yeah, Didex has 92% unlock. Good God.
That's going to be great.
92% of their supply unlocks? What the fuck? How is that real? What is being unlocked?
That's...
I would be concerned.
That has to be wrong.
That has to be wrong.
I'm not, yeah.
This is showing reason for concern. We need to do
Guys,
a little
do
bit
your
more.
own research, because holy crap, that would be bad for Didex. It would basically go to -0. This is a really cool story, though. This is very good for crypto. Etherscan unveils AI code reader next level smart contract interpretation. Okay, this is a really, really cool thing. In an era where integration of artificial intelligence and blockchain is becoming increasingly prevalent, Etherscan, a renowned Ethereum block explorer, also screw Etherscan. They're owned by Consensus, which is run by Joseph Lubin, which is run by the World Economic Forum. But this is still a good thing to do.
And yet people are still bullish on ETH.
I know, right? Yeah, what happened? Nick, I will mine Litecoin, actually use it. Yeah, I used Litecoin for a couple different things. I've bought some things. I've bought some tasteful feet picks with Litecoin.
That's nice.
Yeah, so you can buy my
support,
tasteful feet picks on Feet Finder. And I will accept Litecoin.
Smash the like.
Smash the like button if you follow me and you're one of my simps on Feet Finder. Code Reader is not just another tool, it's a game changer. It generates responses via OpenAI's large language model, providing insight into the contract source code files. This innovation is vital for anyone eager to gain a deeper understanding of contract codes through AI-generated explanations. That's all a fantastic way of saying this will check the contract to see if it's a scam so you can YOLO into meme coins.
Bullish.
But the question
Thoughts?
is, who's setting up the AI? For example, if they wanted to put
it's
in...
OpenAI's.
But, for example, there were a lot of coins recently released that a lot of people like to talk about that have a bunch of is updatable clauses that if the AI is set to not look at that specifically, I'm just saying, it depends how you've coded the AI to what to look for, where you can leave out certain
Let's
things.
see what happens. It
That's
got
a fair
released.
question.
Yeah.
It got released yesterday. I think, the more people look into it, the better it's going to get. Uncle Tinfoil, I love ETH gas fees like zipping up my blank. Yeah, that always sucks. That always sucks.
Well, at least it's more predictable of when you might zip up your special bits versus predicting what gas fees will actually be. You gotta love a system based on non-determinism.
Bitcoin pumping hard. Is it still going
Kind of like
up?
the logic in our government.
Oh, we're at 27.8.
Don't deny the pump, Nick. It's coming.
That
What's VMEX
was
say?
very sexual.
Was it?
What does Phoenix say? Stop, guys. This is a kid's show.
I didn't even
No,
register.
there were children on this show.
There were.
There's a difference.
Look, if you're a parent and you let your kid watch this show, you're a bad parent.
You fucked up.
Yeah, you're a bad parent. Okay. We're at 28 or we're at 27,857. Guys, we're going up. It's 30K by Friday. Can we just call it 30K by Friday? Let's do it. How many likes do we got?
Oh, maybe 200. Let me see.
No, I think I see 415.
No, that's the viewers.
417. Yeah.
475?
Oh no, 470.
220.
What?
How many do we have?
220. 223.
I'm looking at the graph over there. Okay, guys, look. I think that's it. I think I'm done. I think I'm actually about to pass out. I think I'm going to go make myself some peanut butter toast. Guys, look, I appreciate everyone here. Hodge to Podge 4, Fluffy the Sheep Jumper, DCS World, Sass Finance, A1, Uncle Tinfoil, William Yum, Manawak, Flat Smack, The Deadwood, Mr. Techno Goody, Chemistry Bro, Still Can't Trust You Because You Don't Eat Meat, John Jones Randomness, Skid Marks, Nice. I'm your host, the Nick Tater.
Wait, is that Karl Marx's cousin?
Yeah. Dude, that's such low hanging fruit. That's such,
It was a
that's not
good
even
one, though.
Join our Discord. Join the Nick Tatership. You can be part of my secret to police. You can follow all along with Druth. You can be horrified by whatever BJ posts. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Follow me, simp for me on Twitter. I'm just at Nick DeMundi. Remember, we are all spiritual beings having a human experience. Be smart with your money. Decentralize yourself. Expect self-rescue. I will see you at the top.
Peace.
Wait, I'm supposed to hit the button now, right?
No.
End the show.
Oh, wait, how?
End it.
Which one?
Camera.
Oh my God.